Now, I had hundreds of letters, emails complaining about the way I shot the last tractor ride video. So much so that the local post office had to get a bigger truck to deliver them all. And Madame la Factrice, she began to wonder how famous I really am. And, you know, as a boy, I grew up watching Sterling Moss, Fangio, Emerson Fittipaldi. So, you know, if I drive a red machine like it's a Ferrari, well, you know, that's only natural, isn't it? Right, what have I got to do to make this thing go? There isn't a string to pull on this one, so what we'll do, we'll pull the choke out and we'll do something with this. Oh, there we are. Right, now there's things down here that I've got to go like that with, and like that with, and there's no handbrake. How do you take the handbrake off on this thing? Oh, goodness. Now, I thought I would stop here because this is something that's very pleasing. This is another Mirabelle, and yeah, that's very, very pleasing. Good, okay. And this is another sort of Mirabelle. Now, this tree was another one that, when I first looked at it, you know, it was nip and tuck whether I was just going to chop it down, dig it up, but I cut out some of the worst dead bits and I left some growy bits, and the growy bits have grown and the growy bits have flowered. If you actually want to know about how to look after trees, I suggest you go and look at Ken with his, what's he call his channel, all about grafting, something like that. I might, if I can be bothered. He's got millions of fans. You know, I've got 3. He's got 3 million. Doesn't need you lot to go and look at his videos, but if you want to know how to look after a tree properly, well, Ken's the man to watch. It may be, I might take that bit out, you know, that bit's dead. But this bit is good and vibrant and it's doing all the right things. So there we are. Right, shall we see if the tractor will start again? One of the things with this bit of ground is, you know, that isn't a particularly drastic slope, but if you aren't careful with it, it will catch you out. One of the things, when the grass is wet, the tractor will not climb that slope. It will just sit and spin its wheels. And someone said, why don't you put different tyres on it? Well, there's a very good reason for that. if you go putting very grippy high traction sort of tyres on tractors that weren't designed for them, you can end up wrecking gearboxes and splitting drive shafts and things like that. So, you know, you leave it how the designer intended it to be, and you just learn that you cut down the hill, not up the hill. It's quite simple. Here's another dead tree, you see. Again, it's got a livy sort of bit that's doing great things with flowers and will fruit. And it may be, looking at the fungus on that bit, we'll take that bit out, and that bit can become firewood. Yeah, in fact, pretty much everything below can become firewood. You know, there's no life in that. And we'll just leave the shooty bits to do all of the good tree sorts of things. Right, I'm going to carry on, get this grass cut, and then I'm going to have dinner.